going into this game. All right, we've reached our final bowl game aside from the national championship. And of course, we'll talk about that on Monday, January 10th. We'll do a national championship preview show. But this is the last of the bowl games. Prior to that, Tuesday, January 4th, the Texas Bowl, NRG Stadium in Houston, where the Texans play. LSU, Kansas State. We've got Kansas State 1.5 point favorites here. 47 the total in this one. Of course, Brian Kelly and his family on their way to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, taking over as head coach of LSU starting next year. Of course, the days are done for Ed Orgeron with LSU. Skylar Thompson missed the regular season finale. We'll see if he's able to come back. That's the key thing here, because you look at it, this offense was so much better with him at quarterback, wasn't the same without him. We'll have to wait and see. By the way, Chris Kleiman making a change. He fired his offensive coordinator, Courtney Messingham, as well. So there's a little bit of a coaching staff influx here in this game that you want to be aware of. Meanwhile, you look at LSU, with Brian Kelly coming on board. Max Johnson's gone in the transfer portal. Miles Brennan, went there earlier this year. And right now, this team's going into the bowl game with maybe having to start a freshman in Garrett Nussmeier, who is, and he's in a spot where apparently he may not even be eligible to play because he's used up the amount of games that are on his red shirt. So they're in a pickle right now, LSU, where they may not know who the hell to go with at quarterback. Johnson's transferring out. Brennan was gone a long time ago. I mean, you could be really, really in trouble here in terms of the quarterback situation for this game. So there has been some money on Kansas State, and given the situation that's unfolding at LSU, it's hard to debate that, when you see what's going on with them. I mean, we might be looking at Matt O'Dowd, Tavion Falk as maybe guys that are going to have to suit up here at the quarterback spot for LSU in this bowl game against Kansas State. And you look at LSU too, I don't even think it's a bet on spot. They had that was definitely a win one for the Gipper. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The win against Texas A&M, the final game of the year for LSU. They wanted to send Ed Orgeron, the beloved Coach O, out on a victory. There's no question about that. And they did that. And now you're playing a bowl game with the coaching staff in flux. Orgeron and his staff are out. Kelly's coming in. Guys are transferring out. I mean, you understand why there's been a change of favorites here. LSU open favorites. Now Kansas State is. This becomes a very strong play for me if Thompson's in at quarterback for Kansas State. Because if we get him at quarterback too, by far their best quarterback, and the negative situation for LSU, it's going to be one of my more favorite bowl plays, believe it or not. So Kansas State or pass for me. Connor Mack, what do you think here?
Yeah, this is a wait and see. We got a lot of time till this last game here between these teams. One team, who's quarterback's in for LSU, their defense played well down the stretch. Ton of unders. Obviously, K-State is an under machine. They don't score many points as well. Even with Thompson in, they weren't that great kind of at the end of the year. Just looking initially, it's a wait and see. I don't really like the side on nothing here. I'd just be on the under. I think even at 47, this game can stay under. And then we got to wait who's in, who's out. You talk about quarterback, but still two good defenses. So I lean under here in this one.
Yeah, definitely improvement from LSU's defense down the stretch. And of course, Kansas State, defensively was pretty solid all year. And now you could have inexperienced quarterback under center for LSU. Kansas State may or may not have Thompson back. So look, LSU's defense got better a little bit down the stretch. They hung in there with Alabama, didn't do too bad in that game. They gave up just 16 to Arkansas in a loss. So, they played a little bit better defensively down the stretch. So the under definitely makes sense here, 46.5, 47, where this total is currently.